Hey everyone, in this video I'll be showing you the top 5 fastest farms for ancient civilization cores in Palworld's 1.0 update. This will be from the earliest moment that you can get them all the way through to the fastest methods that we have in the end game. Now the two early to mid game options that we have are expeditions as well as raids. I'll be showing you actually a quick way to do the raids. However, if you got pals that are upgraded, this can give you even more rewards. So at an expedition station that you can unlock at level 22 here. You can unlock as you continue through the game to get different ones here. And you're going to see that once you go from the medium risk to the high risk here, ancient civilization cores are in the loot pool. These do require you to take down bosses, but any of these here can work great, and you can get upwards of like 40 to 60-ish per expedition that you run. Now, you will get more rewards if you send off pals that have a higher pal skill here. So the higher level that they are, the better the reward. So I'm just using Chillet here, for example. You can see if we stack these up, 287% rewards. Now, if you only have the earlier options here, the best part of it is even the low-risk Secret Realm of the Forest has Bellanoir's slab fragments. This is huge because you can then use this to go in and fight Bellanoir, which does drop the items. So yeah, expeditions are a great passive way. You can just set these and then go do the active ways. Now, there's two active ones in the early to mid game. One is going to the sealed realm of Terraria here. I have a full video on how you can skip the entire dungeon. What we're looking for is the Celestial Sigil schematic here, which lets you create these, which is for a raid boss, as well as the Hallowed bars. Now, I do have a guide on how to get these farmed really quickly, but I want to show you a first one that's a little bit easier here. If you want to do it a bit more manually, we're going to go to dungeons. And they're a guaranteed drop in the northern section here. So coming to the land of the absolute zero, you can actually fly over to a dungeon just right across here. So there's a large number of dungeons in this area. If you have your favorite, you can go farm that quickly. But yeah, there's literally just one right here that you can run into. And these aren't too hard to do if you're level 45 or anywhere above. And grabbing the loot at the end, you'll get yourselves the Bellanoir tabs. So that's what we're looking for. You got one slab. We will then come back to our base and take a summoning altar here. So whenever you go this, you can offer forward this slab, and this will take us to you can do it in a raid area or at your base. I'd recommend the raid area. And then summon in the Bellanoir Libero here. I'm late game, so we can actually destroy this really quickly here. It's a level 4 or 5 boss. I'd recommend bringing in a ton of pals to do this fight. That'll make it go by the quickest. And boom, we got ourselves 3 of them, plus the mega version, skill fruit, and a lot of other items. So that's one raid version. We're going to go again, grab the dungeons there, and then go ahead and fight there. But another option is going to the sealed realm of Terraria. What we're going to do is capture the final boss here, which is the Eye of Cthulhu here, which you can then use to breed. And I would recommend doing that because you can then toss them, grab a bronze cherry in your party. Whenever you pick up the eggs, make sure you do have the bronze cherry, aqua, bronze cherry, and Grintail. This will guarantee it'll be an alpha. Grintail will give you an extra chance of getting an additional egg. And basically what you're going to do is just go and throw them onto the disassembler here. And this will give you hallowed bars, which lets you create the schematics, or the sigils here from the schematic, which allows you to fight the Moon Lord, which is a similar process. It is a little bit more challenging than Bellanoir, but it is worth doing because you're going to get the ancient civilization cores early on. This way is a little bit better because you just need the schematic one time and you just need to grab the boss and have them breed there, because then you can create all the materials for these yourself, because they drop 40 or 27 hallowed bars each. So you do that really quickly and you actually get a lot of them fast, which allow you to do this passively and just keep challenging the Moon Lord. The Moon Lord also drops a guaranteed 3 IV fruits, so you can level up your stats on your best pals too. Now this is my raid party. Hucrates and the Demon Eye from Terraria give you a dark pal boost of 30%, dark type being the best in this game. Maraith will give you your skills back quicker, and Orzurk will boost up your pal skills. Really doesn't really matter what we're looking for when it comes to the raid, especially the Moon Lord, is we want to have Beam Slicer, Dark Laser, Wind Burst. There's a water attack, Hydro Slicer, as well as Wind Burst. I found Wind Burst to be the most effective against the Moon Lord, but these 3 attacks have the best tracking for these raid bosses. Now, another way to grab these, and it will depend on what level you're at, is the Syndicate Oil Rig. So there's a few of them. Level 30, I don't think drops it. I haven't had it drop at least, but the level 55 one here is a good way to grab these. And there's other in the map that you can go to, but I found this to be the most consistent. Now, not everyone likes doing the oil rigs. You do have to run up on them, and it can be a bit of a challenge, but the rewards are worth it because you do get a lot of really good stuff from doing this. So dependent on your level, this can be good. The same attacks I recommended earlier for Hydrolon work right here. As you can see, he's absolutely just melting the entire lobby quickly here. So, and there's a lot of chests on board here, which you can go ahead and grab these from. So not lucky there, dog coins. And there are 4 locations for where the chest will be. So here we go, finally. And this one is RNG, so sometimes you don't get that lucky. The 4 chest locations are right here. There's another one right here. There's one right here, and then there's one in the tents right there. So this will be one of those 4 spots on the oil rig. Now for a later game method that'll get you a lot of other items like the World Tree Holy Water, which you need a lot of, I'd recommend grabbing Blaze Howl Noct, increasing Neutral Pals drops by 80%, Catris, who does the same thing, and these do stack as they're different passives. We're also going to throw on Elphedron here, which will increase the drops of Dark type pals by 80% or more, as well as the Enchanted Sword, which does the same from the Terraria. There is a separate farm that'll show you. You'll want to grab Menacing Terra, which increases the electric pal drops, as well as Menacing, which these are different because they're golden, and Steel Scorpion, so they stack, as well as Vaylette, which gives ground type pals 80% more items. And there's one that's an electric ground type we can farm as well. Now there are 2 main farming routes here to get Ancient Civilization cores. The best ones are, I would recommend overcoming to the within the seal here and going down to the Lacrimal Shoal, or going over to the Dusty Ravine if you're doing the electric type one. So from within the seal, what we're going to be doing is hopping on over to this section across the pond. There will be a ton of neutral and dark type pals, so we're going to get a ton of drops from them. Or you'll occasionally see the Silmora Lux here. So yeah, you're just going to take them out, grab what they drop. We're looking for the relic pieces. So there's the ancient relics there. We're not having the best drops, but there is sometimes a group of like 5 pals here. So we got a couple cells with Stellas here. What we're looking for again is those, any of the relic pieces. So they will drop here, and I'm going to show you a better location here once I showcase what can possibly drop from this. So yeah, we'll just go and see here if we got any, and no, but we did get 6 holy water. So you'll just leave from this spot, and we're actually going to go down here. What we're looking for is Solen. This is a neutral and dark type pal, which has a high chance of dropping these items. You'll also get the World Tree Holy Water from here, and you can also farm the Rouges, which will show up in this area. So I'll just take out my pal to make this a bit quicker. You're basically just going to run around grabbing everything that they drop. This gives you a good source of the World Tree Holy Water. Here's what we're looking for: normal and dark types. So we get a whole lot more drops. Nothing there that we wanted, but you're just going to continually keep farming this till you get the relic pieces that we're looking for. And there we go, we got glowing ancient relic times 5. You can fight the Agidron here, as this is another good source of a bunch of items. So we got ancient civilization parts, 5 glistening ancient relics. And if you warp into the Dusty Ravine here, the nice thing is the Orzerks and everything are in groups of 3 here. So this can make for a bit of a quicker farm depending on your team comp. You'll get more different drops here, but we got gorgeous ancient relics and much more items, glistening ancient relics. And you can see the Snock Lux here. So there's them, and then there's more Orzerks, more Snock Lux. That's what we're looking for. And with the Ancient Relic Recycler at level 74, the results from this are pretty crazy. We got 521 Ancient Civilization cores here. So this is worth the method here, because you basically just take the Ancient Relics here, throw it into the Recycler, get yourself a bunch of Ancient cores, get yourself the disposable implants for the World Tree passives, even things like the Beam Scatterer, Legendary Schematics, Star Fruit so you can level up your pals, Kinship to get your Trust maxed out. Yeah, this is definitely worth it. And the true best method is to actually do some butchering here. What you need is Dandylord. He will drop a lot of really good items, and Ancient Civilization cores is one of the ones. So you're going to come up here to the very northmost spot and catch him, and you can make this easier by making it a breeding farm. And once that is done, you will then set up a hatchery here and have them breed, because their eggs are great. We're then going to take them to the disassembler here once you get that all done, and toss them all onto the disassembly conveyor. The great part about this is it's going to drop a ton of the Ancient Civilization cores, as well as giant pal souls and Holy Tree Water. We just got, yeah, there are 2 of them each, as you can see here. That is pretty solid. And just to note, these have to be the non-alpha version to get the Ancient Civilization cores to drop, so don't pick up Brown Cherry, but you want to pick up Grimtail as well to get the double eggs. But that is the fastest farms for Ancient Civilization cores in Palworld's 1.0 update. If this was useful, hit the subscribe button below, and we'll catch you in the next one.